Well, what's set to be a landmark case for historic justice. The families of the Cradock Four are turning to the courts today. They want to compel the Hawks and the National Prosecuting Authority to finish the investigations into the murders of the 4 UDF activists in 1985. 4 Calata, Matthew Gonyiwe, Sicelo Makluri and Sparrow Mkhonto were laid to rest on this very day 36 years ago. It's alleged they were killed at the hands of apartheid operatives. Their funeral drew a massive crowd of 60,000 people. Well, fresh papers are being filed by the families of the Cradock Four in the National High Court this morning. Their latest application is an attempt to compel the Hawks and the NPA to conclude their work and take a decision to prosecute within 60 days of a court order. The affidavit lists former apartheid government senior officials like Minister Adrian Vlok and former President F.W. de Klerk as respondents. And the NPA says it's waiting for formal notification of the application and will only comment once it understands the contents. We've also reached out to the F.W. de Klerk Foundation for comment. Well, for more on what this application legally entails, we're joined now by the concerned family's lawyer, Tim Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher, thank you so much for joining us. It's a landmark case, and it's going to set a precedent for so many of the families out there who are still seeking justice.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, we hope so. As you say, this application has been brought effectively to get the police and the National Prosecuting Authority to do their jobs. So our clients require the police to complete the investigation, not just the investigation of the actual murders, but what led to those murders. So the discussions, the decisions, the commands, all the way up the command chain, up to cabinet level. And then it's for the National Prosecuting Authority to decide which of those people investigated should be prosecuted or not prosecuted for that matter. We just want a decision. So it's one of the problems that we've had is that the actual perpetrators of the murders on the 27th of June 1985 have all passed away. But of course they didn't decide to do this on their own. They were specifically instructed to go out to kidnap these 4 men and then to murder them. These were decisions that were made in a process that took some time. So it's a very important application in the context of this matter, but it's only a step in the process aimed at achieving justice for the families of the Cradock Four. It's also part of a broader process because there are many hundreds of cases that were referred by the TRC to the National Prosecuting Authority for investigation. But those investigations haven't gone anywhere and they've been blocked by senior officials in the government. The families have been waiting for more than 35 years now to see justice done, asking the authorities. But now with the help of the Foundation for Human Rights, they've actually been able to get something done. The Foundation approached Cliff Decker-Hoffmeyer in 2019 to ask us to act pro bono for the families, and we agreed. We've had huge assistance from members of the bar who have also acted pro bono, and in our investigations from retired Police Brigadier Clifford Marion. The application has taken a long time. It's been a lot of work, a lot of investigation, identification of documents, collection, collation of those documents, and then those documents have been put into a chronology, and that now forms the core of the founding affidavit on which the application is based. We've been hampered by the long period of time that has elapsed. We've been hampered by COVID. We've also seen the police docket disappear, and that's a separate case that we've asked the police to investigate, but we've seen no progress there either. So eventually, after lots of meetings with the National Prosecuting Authority and the police and a ton of correspondence, together with the families, we decided that the only way to get something done would be to approach the High Court. And so that's the application that we are kicking off today. The real powerhouse behind this whole effort is Lukhanyo Calata,
who is our colleague.
Has urged us to launch the application today.
Sorry, Mr. Fletcher, we must just say, be upfront that Mr. Calata, Lukhanyo, is a dear colleague of ours, and we know how he has suffered from his father's murder and how his family has suffered. It's been painful to actually see him over the years trying to find some closure in this case. And one has to wonder where the political will has been to prosecute the masterminds behind his father fought and the other murder victims is?
Well, there is no political will, and that is the problem. We have seen some recent statements from the head of the National Prosecuting Authority and the Hawks that gives some hope, but after so long, you have to wonder whether we are actually going to be able to achieve anything. But we are not giving up. The foundation is not giving up, and there are other law firms that are involved in this process as well. So hopefully, we are going to see something soon.
Well, we try to remain impartial at all times, but I do hope, and I know you do too, because you're acting pro bono, that the families do get some closure and peace. That's Tim Fletcher, the lawyer representing the families of the Cradock Four.